This video is going to be a review of the ASA 103 and 104 combo course, which we took just last weekend down in Galveston with Soutch Coast Sailing. I'll start off by saying that the 103 course and the 104 course are very similar. In fact, the 104 course is pretty much everything in the 103 course plus more. Our combo course took place over 3 nights and 3 days. So the class actually started at 6 p.m. on a Thursday night, where we met at the boat to come up with our provisioning plan, our meal plan and then provisioning plan for the next 3 nights and 3 days. There was 4 of us on board, so Jessica and I, Juan, another student, and our instructor, Captain Dave. So we had to have enough food for 3 nights and 3 days living aboard. We came up with our meal plan, and then we went to Walmart to do our provisioning run. This was pretty straightforward grocery shopping, but one of the lessons learned was that we definitely overestimated on some of the food that we needed, and we underestimated on some of the other food. For instance, we overestimated the amount of meat we would need, and we underestimated the amount of water. We said 6 gallons of water for the 3 days and 3 nights, knowing that if that was a little bit light, we could fill up at the marina we were staying at. After shopping, we went back, unloaded the car, loaded the boat, and spent the first night on a boat, which was actually more comfortable than we thought it would be. Although the AC wasn't very cold, it was better than sleeping with no AC at all. The next morning we woke up, and Captain Dave walked us through all the systems in the boat. That would include the electrical system, the plumbing system, the engine system, the AC system. We went through it all from bow to stern.
2 cooling systems on the boat. This has what they call a closed loop system. Just like your car, it has coolant in it, and in that cooling system there's a fan, or rather an impeller. Or 6 or 8 months. This will take a set.
Our boat was a Beneteau 393, I think it was, so about 39 feet long. It was plenty enough room for 4 people to live aboard for 3 days. We also went over some basic navigation because we were going to depart our slip in Kemah and travel down to Galveston, where the school maintains a slip and a marina there. After going through our navigation, we motored on out and set sail through the bay. Because this was a new boat to all of us students, we had opportunity to spend some time sailing it around Galveston Bay, getting familiar with how this particular boat sailed. For Jessica and I, this was the biggest boat we'd ever sailed, and it definitely feels different when you're at the helm. However, both Jessica and I enjoyed how much bigger and more secure the boat felt than the smaller boats that we had. One of the important maneuvers that we practiced on the bigger boat was man overboard maneuver. For that, we had a buoy that would be thrown in the water, and we'd have to sail around in figure-8 pattern to avoid jibing to come pick up the man overboard. So we did this a few times before we headed to the Houston ship channel, which was going to take us 22-ish miles down to Galveston. Right as we were getting near the channel, the wind started to pick up, and sailing started to get a lot more fun, and the boat started to heel over a little bit more. Right as all this happened, our man overboard buoy fell out of the boat.
So if you feel like you have excessive weather helm and excessive heel, you have too much strength.
Okay.
So ease the sails out.
Yeah, because right there it just turns like
If you're taking it away from me,
it turns 30 degrees. Okay, let's ease that main sheet then.
Go heading straight towards the mark.
Oh, well, can we ease the main sheet?
Ease the main sheet out.
And that'll make it a whole lot easier.
And you can
The marker out there, right around 20 degrees.
Man overboard!
Did we lose the ball? Nice. Let's go get it.
Man overboard!
Jessica, watch! That was too much. We lost our speed. So go ahead and pull them in a little bit so we can pick up some speed.
Alright, turn up on it. The minute we get him, I want you to fall off. I don't want to get any closer to that danger
we're close hauled. He's gonna be on our port side. Release? Yeah, release now. Don't fall overboard, one. Oh no! It's the starboard side pickup. The wind's blowing us and I've got no rudder.
That's right. Here we go again.
Maybe
I did it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Jessica, watch out for that jib sheet.
Come on. Ah, we need like a lasso. Watch yourself, Juan.
It took us 6 attempts before we picked up this stupid buoy. But it was a really good experience, and it was actually pretty fun, while maybe a bit exhausting. The wind was up enough to where as we were going through our reaches, before we turned around to pick up the buoy, we were hitting easily 7 knots or more. The most I saw was 7.8 knots, which is pretty fast for a boat that size. So after time and time again, we finally got our buoy and had decided that we had all earned a little bit of a break. So we pulled in the sails, turned on the engine, and headed up the Houston Ship Channel. And while we didn't have to worry about sailing anymore, we now had to worry about going down this channel with very shallow water on each side of it, and then massive boats going to and from, barges and freighters going to and from in the channel with hardly any clearance. So this was a bit nerve-wracking, but it was a really good experience for us to, first of all, practice our navigation skills, you know, taking bearings and calculating our course over the map. Aside from dodging boats, the shipping channel wasn't too much work for all of us at once, so we broke for lunch, where we went down and had basically just tortillas. We had sandwich makings and then tortillas to throw it all, roll it up, and it's really easy to go food. Our breakfast was just things like Clip bars or Kind bars, basically granola or energy bars. Easy, grab and go kind of foods. Once we got to Galveston, we practiced anchoring and also kind of fake tying up to a mooring ball. We had a fake mooring ball that we threw in and just practiced picking up the pendant, which was all pretty straightforward, but needed a little bit of practice.
Alright, Ryan, we got it set.
Okay.
Now we're going to back down on it a little bit and make sure it's set. So you can use your GPS for this to see if it's dragging, but Juan is up there and he's just got to hold his hand on that.
Okay.
So push it in reverse and rev it up to, what do we have here? Let's go up to 1500.
Where's the RPM? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Back it up.
That's 1500. Do I do sustain it or just a burst?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, did you feel any movement in that? I can't hear what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, so it's dragging a little bit. So what we would do if it's dragging, what's that?
Do you pick it up and try somewhere else?
No, not somewhere else. You just put more road out.
Oh.
We don't have all 140 feet out. So why don't you put some more out?
After that, we came into the marina, the new slip, and Jessica docked us, which went really, really well. And it had been a full day by then. We were hot and tired. Jessica cooked dinner, which was some penne and spaghetti sauce with meat cooked into it. One of the assignments for the 103, 104 liveaboard combo course is that every student has to cook a meal aboard. It helps you become familiarized with just cooking, and you're cooking in a galley where things work a bit differently than what you're used to on land. The meal went real well. The marina had showering facilities, which were pretty nice. Well, nice enough. About camping quality, I'd say. By the time the sun went down, we had the AC running for a while. We could only run the AC while connected to shore power, as that boat didn't have a generator. So it couldn't be plugged in until we hit the marina late afternoon, which meant that it took probably until 7 or 8 o'clock after the sun went down for the boat really to cool off. But once it did, sleeping was pretty manageable. So that's where I'm going to stop for this first part 1. The next video is going to have day 2, where we actually went out to the Gulf of Mexico in an attempt to work on our navigation skills. Then I'll go over that evening and then also the morning of day 3, which is mostly testing, and talk about how that went. That's all. Like and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos.